Hello there, and welcome to the Cult of Cinema. And let's see if I can actually do this so you can actually see me okay. I am Aaron, and I'm right here in my movie library, and I got some stuff to unbox today, to unveil actually. My local record shop, Atomic Records, had what they call the the crate digger sale. So they do them like 3 or 4 times a year, and today they announced that this was their last one for 2020. With some of their biggest stuff. Hey there, Dustin. Welcome, man. You're the first one here. Um, with a bunch of movies, games, Funkos, all kinds of stuff, and at like super cheap prices. So like whether you went in to pick up a DVD, a Blu-ray, a box set, like everything there was $1. So if you picked up like a box set, that was $1. If you picked up a Blu-ray, that was $1. Games, pretty much the same. Hey there, Dave. Welcome, man. And if you picked up like Funkos are actually really cheap too, like super cheap. So I got a bunch of stuff. I have like 2 bags of stuff to show you guys. Hey there, Chris. And I'm kind of wondering where you want to start. So we can start right off into the movies. Hey there, Jason. Hey there, Charles, man. Or we can start super geeky, and I can show you the actual Funkos that I bought first. There's a record store here. Actually, it's just around 20 minutes drive from where I'm at in Sydney, Nova Scotia. I'm in North Sydney. And it's this place called Atomic Records. They're really good. Their owner is like a super cool guy. And as are the people that work there. And it was one of the first places that I came to when I was here in, in North Sydney. I remember driving by there and I picked up like they had one of those crate digger sales that I didn't even know what they were, but I was just like going by at the time. And there was a Retron there. Just a regular Retron, not a Retron 5 or anything like that. Just a regular Retron there. It was like for $5. So for $5, I picked up the Retron, started buying like a bunch of like NES games, and from there on, like thanks to them, I actually kind of became a retro gaming collector as well, which I don't talk about much on here because a lot of you guys aren't interested in that. But let's go to the Funko stuff first, and then we'll do the movies, the games, all the type of stuff that we got there. On Retron Bat, the Retron 5, I guess, is the best one to go with. Um, Second version, not first. Oh, when you get it, just get some good like stuff. Which version of Life Force buy? That's a. I would go with like Kook. I specifically like the I like the Arrow version, but I may be biased because I do have the Arrow version. Uh, Now when the Vinegar Cinema, well, sorry, when the Scream Factory one came out, initially there were some like extra features, like some bonus kind of features on there. But when they put it out, the second edition of Life Force, they lost the rights to those extra features. Um, and they and unfortunately, if you ever come by, Dave, we we're gonna have a tea or something. We're gonna do something. Um, there's and so basically they lost the rights to certain features on Life Force. Now I'm not sure if like if Screen Factory's put out a new one, which they probably have. They probably put it like a steelbook edition. I've got the Arrow steelbook edition, so that's the one that I would particularly go with. But are you region free? That's going to be number one. If you're not, go with the Screen Factory one. They got a great edition, and I do have both of them because I had got the Screen Factory one by accident, the DVD edition of Screen Factory one. Ready to start? And by the way, keep asking questions all the way through here because I really enjoy. I never feel like you guys are like asking stuff that knocks me off topic or anything like that because I actually kind of dig that. Because there's no topic. Not when you're in here. It's just like fun. But Dustin, I do recommend the Retron. My kids have like the have a Retron 5 and they use it a lot. And I think they got the updated version too, so that it actually plays like handheld games as well. Shearers is super cool, and that's one that you'll be seeing me unbox pretty soon. So, because I'm a huge fan of this show, I definitely had to pick this one up. Some of these my better half got, and some of these I got. But this one she grabbed for me, and this is Clark Kent from the pilot episode of Smallville. Hey there, Jason. As you can see, he got the S drawn on him. This is right after he's like kind of tied up to the scarecrow with the Yeah, it's right there. See, with the kryptonite necklace that Lana had on his neck. So, yes, I am a big Smallville fan. I remember all that stuff. So, if you're going to pick up Clark, then you got to get Lex. I haven't heard about the 4K remastered version yet. So if anybody knows though, definitely let them know here because I don't know, and I will be the first person to say that I don't know. So I'm a huge fan of Smallville. I love Michael Rosenbaum's Lex Luthor, and I love his podcast too, by the way. Now they did also have Lois there, but I didn't grab that one. Not this time around, because my better half was wanted to get some. So apparently there's a Green Arrow, and there's another like one there. That doesn't really seem Smallville-ish though. We're taking it like showing the Superman. See that the first one, the pilot one, that's more Smallville. Every hero is made by his villains. That is so true. All right, you ready for some more? Hey there, Mike. Better than yesterday, so far anyway. And this is Starfire as Batgirl. This is from Teen Titans Go. This is my better halves. But I noticed it right away, so I was like, "Is that Batgirl?" And then, wait a minute, is that Starfire as Batgirl? Which is a whole like that's a like a double geek level, that you get. Hey there, Richard. Thank you. I'm slowly getting there. I'm still nervous about like the third when I gotta get my when I gotta get taken out, but I'm guessing it'll be like kind of fun. Well, not fun, but it'll be good to have it over with, right? Not sure what the recovery time is like. So where my better half, like this is her first 8-bit one. Hey, Amy, and it's actually kind of cool because I usually get the 16-bit pixels, and this is Hello Kitty, the 8-bit version, which I really kind of dig the way they got this done. Look, this is the 45th anniversary Hello Kitty edition. Hey there, Bernard. Welcome. I'm going through some pretty geeky stuff, and don't worry, there's movies and games and stuff coming up, but I'm just going through the Funkos that I picked up today first. Next up is the Marvel Gamerverse. And here we have Kamala Khan, which is a favorite character of mine, so. But this is my better halves. She gets Kamala Khan. Couple more of these to go. There is Han Solo, and we differed on this one. I said this is the Han Solo from the new movie, and she thought it was the Harrison Ford Han Solo, but look there. Don't you think this is the Han Solo from the new Han Solo film? Does anybody here like collect any Funkos, by the way? Because if you do, you get cool points, like automatically. That's geek so fun. And we grabbed the vinyl as well. So she's a huge Star Wars fan. So this was a given. And there was a vinyl of Han and Greedo. I actually really like this. I pointed it out to her because I knew she's a huge Star Wars fan. There was a NECA like Michael Myers there, but it was a big head Michael Myers. And I'm not into the big head ones. I want the regular. Like when it comes to like Michael, I want the regular stuff. Who do you have? All members of Metallica, 3 Prince, 2 Jetsons. Nice. We got Rosie, recently actually. My better half Hin, she still refuses to admit that she's a Funko collector. She says she just gets the ones she likes. But correct me if I'm wrong, and you guys can tell me what you think, but if you've got, I don't know, more than 10, you're a Funko collector, right? That I would consider it a Funko collector. If you got more than 10, then yes. So I got some stuff: games, TV, some movies. So let's start with the fact that I grabbed most of. I thought I had all of this series, like picked up, but sadly I didn't. Kevin, right now it looks like Vinegar Syndrome has some issues with the manufacturer, so it's going to be a little bit later for the October ones coming out. So if hopefully the 27th. Yeah, exactly. The whole point, like, just get the ones you like. My better half loves the movie Flash Gordon. So one of the first Funko things she went out and she got like all the Flash Gordon Funkos. There's like four of them. So she picked up the complete set at one time. Um, I like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles a lot. So and I like video games. So I got the 16-bit versions of that. Oh yeah, Kevin. A lot of people were. They haven't really announced it on on Blu-ray.com, but they haven't announced it anywhere else, which is really strange. I think that's kind of a not the best move for Vincent, and I do love their company. Flybox, that is fly, man. That joke. All right, so I got season one. Hey there, Cinema Dave, man, welcome. I gotta watch yours and Heath's interview tonight, by the way. I'm actually excited about that. The Shield season one. I really dig the show. So, by the way, these here were a buck each, so awesome. Then I got the Shield season two. See a pattern here. I love the fact that this has like it was like originally $49 and paid $1 for it. So, the Shield season three. Pilot episode of the Shield is one of the best pilot episodes I've ever seen. It was just so well constructed. The Shield season four. As you can see, we got Glenn close on it now. The Shield season five. Anybody here a fan of the show, by the way? The Shield season six. So I was thinking, yes, all 6 seasons of the Shield. I'm so excited. Like I can go out and I can just grab a whole like set of a series just like that. And then I looked online when I got home, and the Shield is 7 seasons long, not 6. So I still have a season to go. Same thing happened to me with Sons of Anarchy. All right. Before I go on any more of the TV stuff, let's do a couple of the game things first. So, again, for like a buck each, I grabbed for my 3DS Super Mario Land. Super Mario 3D Land. And new Super Mario Brothers. So $1 for those wasn't too bad at all, actually. And this I was kind of stoked about. I know not a lot of sports fans in there, but I do like the games, like the sports games, even though if I don't like watching this actual sport. But the show 17, the MVP edition, the Ken Griffey one. This is the Steelbook. PS4, and again, this was a buck, so for $1, I'll keep it. Steelbook was, if I was into it, I could flip that, but I don't flip. And there was one other that I got, and where the hell is it at? Yeah. And for my recently picked up PSP, thank you, Mom. I got Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. And this was actually the only it was the only PSP game that they had there. So I had to pick it up. I'm a huge fan of Vice City. And you know what? I don't know if I've actually played Vice City Stories. So this is going to be new, a new play to me. If I did play it, it was a long time ago and I don't remember it. I'm trying to stay up here and stay in camera. but I also have this really bad back right now. So recently, I've been repicking up these box sets because the I think I have like I do have like a complete series like collection of this. Pop in a box. No, actually, I haven't heard about them. And I want to get like the singular sets on their own because I really like the way they're done. So I've been slowly collecting these. Like I got I think the first season last time I was there. So this time I found like three more seasons. So this is season 7 of the X Files, and season 8. Let's we get into the Robert Patrick Annabeth Guest years. Good. And also I grabbed season 9 of the X Files. This is the final season, by the way. Really good. I was actually listening to like a podcast with Justin Beam, where he interviews who is it? One of the guys that actually was it Steve, Dwight Little, I think, and he worked on X Files. So he talked about that he was there, getting ready to shoot an episode when they were announced. They announced the fact that the show was being canceled. So I don't have the first season of this, so this is a bit of a bummer. But this is a show that people keep telling me that I'm gonna like, and that I should watch. So I picked up season 2 and 3. I'm not quite sure how many seasons there are. I'm 3 or 4 maybe. So this is a complete second season to the 4400. I know I have not seen the show, not even an episode. But this guy here I recognize from a lot of sci-fi shows. And I got season 3 of the 4400, the third season, right here as well. No, it was $1 each. Like for like when you see these, so this, no matter what it was $1. So as you know, right now, expensive is not in my, it's not something in my category. So this is, of course, the DVD edition of Clue. I don't know if there's a Blu-ray. There probably is a Blu-ray that I don't have, but I grabbed the DVD anyway. I love this cover for Clue. And I got to rewatch this movie. It's been a long time since I've seen that film. And I picked up one that, if this has, is excellent. So I'm actually excited to see it. I just got to find season 1 for like a good price. Hopefully for that price. I remember seeing this movie back in the day in the theater, and I don't know if it ever got a really good edition or not. And probably not, because it's, it was put out by HBO. This is Paul Newman in Fort Apache, the Bronx. Did I ever own the game Clue? Josephine, Clue was my game as a kid. Clue and Trivial Pursuit. So I had various editions of both of those. Now, if you haven't seen this film, this is actually a really good, really gritty, excellent film. So you can see we got like Paul Newman, Ken Wall right there, going being Wise Guy, Ed Asner, an amazing cast, by the way. Rachel Ticotin is in this one, Dan Aiello, Pam Grier is in this movie, Kathleen Beller. I mean, it's just an incredible film, and it's been a long time since I've watched Fort Apache, the Bronx, and I'm actually excited to watch this one again, and it really needs a special edition. I know it's hard when it's an HBO movie to think, okay, it's going to get a special edition, but we can keep our fingers crossed. Is anybody here a fan of this movie? What board game would make a better movie, Candyland or Chutes and Ladders? I would say Candyland, just for the colorfulness of it. Hey there, William. Welcome, man. Are you a fan of Fort Apache, the Bronx? Have you seen this film? Well, looks like George. He does it with George Clooney. Sam Dave, I see. I kind of knew you liked this one. This is an amazing film, and I saw this when I was probably way too young to watch it. When did this one come out anyway? Because I know it's not in 2000. That's when the DVD came out. Well, I'm not going to look it up, but anyway. And this is Letterboxd. That's actually pretty cool. So, and there are subtitles, Spanish and French subtitles. Fan of Fort Apache? Nice. So next up, because I still collect DVD, and I always try to grab those those big box ones you get sometimes. So I picked up the Abyss, the big box edition of the Abyss. So although there's Blu-rays and stuff around, I do like these big box ones. I love the way that they're done with the discs like that, booklet on the inside. Literally going through all the chapters of the film. Yeah, it's a fun one. See, I like these releases. Like they did these for like Star Trek 2, and I got a few of those. Sleepy Hollow. I love Sleepy Hollow. I love Sleepy Hollow. Both versions of it. I have the Ichabod one over there, and of course we have the other one as well. Okay, get ready to judge me, but I collect these. So I do actually. This is a part of my collection that you guys probably are unaware of. Fort Apache was 81. Thank you. So I was like 10 when I watched Fort Apache. So just think about that. If you've seen the movie, just think about that for a second. Hey Dagger, welcome, man. No Blu-ray yet of the Abyss. Wow. So I got Baby for sale with Dana Delaney and the Great Hart Bachner, who was in, of course, Terror Train and Urban Legend 2. So I dig the heck out of these Lifetime films and like these made-for-TV films. Anytime I can find one, these things aren't easy to find. So anytime I can find one, I pick them up. There's even a look at Baby for sale with the cast and crew and additional scene. So, wow. These are always like super cheesy, but they're always fun, and you don't really need to like think too much when you're watching these. Dana Delaney, I like Dana Delaney too. And this one, I don't remember this one very well, but I know I've seen it. And hopefully it's what I think it is. Hopefully it's one of those kind of like those sexier movies that we don't get enough of. Like out on Blu-ray or anything like that. So they did like a whole bunch of these, and so here is Stiletto Dance with Eric Roberts. So who remembers Stiletto Dance? Does anybody remember this film? This was also apparently put out by HBO. I'm guessing it's got an R rating. Let's just check it out here. R rating for strong brutal violence, strong sexuality, nudity, pervasive language, and some drug use. No crap. Anybody know this film? It's like got Yaphet Kotto in it, Sean Doyle, Lucy Laurier. Anybody don't know this film? And like, see, yeah, that's the thing. I kind of recall the title, but I don't remember the film, like, at all. But I love these style films. Never heard of it. That's the thing. Those are sometimes the best stuff. Alright, so you guys know I got the series, and I'll eventually get the Blu-ray. But this is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. You guys know I love my Takatsu. And I love this cover, actually. You ooze, you lose. Best of the Best is excellent. I love the Best of the Best series. And me and my better half ones we picked up. We got the Poison Ivy, Joker, Penguin, Batman, Fire and Ice, like 4-pack. And basically it's some like best of episodes from like Batman the Animated Series. Heaven's Prisoners. That one sounds familiar. And because they're hard as heck to get on their own, we picked up the Spider-Man, the Ultimate Villain Showdown. So I'm guessing if I'm correct, this is from the 1996 Spider-Man series. Dull. Da 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 da. You know what? It also has the 67 classic episode Origins of Spider-Man with introduction by creator Stan Lee. Features original theme song. Da 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 da. A lineup of Spider-Man's most evil nemesises. So, it looks like. Do my kids love cartoons as much as I do? Yes, because they were raised by me. um, this has Make-A-Wish, which, if I am correct, it is based on the classic Roger Stern story, The Man Who Collected Spider-Man, which, I'm not going to lie, that comic book story choked me up. The ending of that one choked me up big time. Attack the Octobot, Enter the Green Goblin, and Rocket Racer. I actually like a Rocket Racer, so that'll be fun. If only I could have the big wheel too. See, this is how you know how geeky I am. Not only do I mention Rocket Racer, but I followed up with the big wheel. So we got the 4K of the second one, and I think we got the Blu-ray of the first edition of this, but this was too nice for $1 not to pick up. And this is the DVD box set of Planet Earth and the Blue Planet. And we don't own the Blue Planet, so to get both of these here, like, and the original release, could not pass that up. And I'll definitely be watching the Blue Planet. Like I mentioned on there many times, my better half went to school for marine biology. It's a big set. You guys are so quiet tonight. Before I go any farther with these, though, I want to show you something else I picked up. Because if you ever wondered if I'm geeky enough, Superman, the mask. It's actually cheaper than this, though. I'm not sure if the Abyss is her favorite or not, but like, there's a lot of those. She likes the monstery ones more, but I think she likes the Abyss. Speaking of ones that she likes, she's a huge fan of Shark Week, so we had to pick up this. I'm a big kid. There's a lot of stuff on here. Shark Attack Rescuers, Shark Attack Survivors, Prehistoric Sharks, Future Sharks, Rebellion. I bought a lot of like cheesy shark movies for my... Am I going to get the Energizer Bunny Furry Funko Pop? Actually, probably yes. Alright. Probably not a show everybody likes, so come on. Get this one out of the way first. But here we go. I got the complete first season of Entourage. I also got the complete second season of Entourage. And it's HBO, so there'll be like nudity and stuff. I'm a 5-year-old. So, season 3, part 1. Very sneaky move. It's HBO. And season 3, part 2. I actually got to start watching this. I haven't watched this for like a long time, and I never saw the later seasons. And that was all except for the 5th season. So I'm missing a lot of Entourage. I will hopefully, they'll have more, or maybe a flea market or something. I'll be able to pick these up. I do try to like not spend too much when it comes to these box sets. Um, Obviously, you can tell these are a buck each. All right, so randoms I got. I picked up volume 11 of Family Guy because it was randomly there and I grabbed it. I picked up season 3 of actually one of my favorite uh, TV shows that came out back in the day, like of comedy. I like Community. Had like a big crush on Alison Brie. We do have dollar stores. We got like Dollarama. There's a buck or two. There's like a bunch of dollar stores. I grabbed the Replacement Killers with Chow Yun-Fat and Mira Sorvino because I don't think I have this, and that's actually a shame. Oh, there's Bobby's World coming out. I love Bobby's World. My youngest like grew up with Bobby's World, so probably like with the Uncensored. This is the Uncensored one, so hopefully it'll be fun. I got the Best of Johnny Carson Volume 1. See, when I was a kid, like Johnny Carson and Dave Letterman were the guys. They were like the kings of late night. And, Johnny was just amazing. So, this is a 3-disc set. I don't exactly know. Let's see if I can see what's on this or not. But we have everything from Bob Hope to Dean Martin. Some of the, best selling, best like moments of Johnny Carson. So we got things like, who we got on here? Super Dave Osborne for Young Ellen DeGeneres. Late Night Jet. See, no, we still got like we still have Letterman. I love Letterman now. And don't judge me, but I picked up. I don't. I've seen some of the Tyrone Magnus stuff. I don't really know his stuff a lot. I'm not big on reaction videos. Like that's never been a thing for me. Uh, like some of them can be like super genuine, but some like seem super staged too. But that I'm maybe that's just it's just I haven't really seen enough. I did like there were some young guys, like some really young kids, and they were like watching like not young, but like their 20s maybe, and they were doing like reaction videos of like songs, which was actually kind of cool. So this is Beavis and Butt-Head. Yeah, I was a huge Beavis and Butt-Head fan back in the day. Now these don't, I think, have the music videos on them. I think there's some like in the extra disc or something. There's some music videos, but like there was rights issues with that. So there was some music videos on the third disc from the Beastie Boys, Pantera, Wilco, and more. So that's actually kind of cool. Let's see what we got on here. I want to see the special features. So we got Matthew Sweet, Super Deformed, of course. Pantera, This Love, Moist, Push, A Deuce, Suds and Soda, Grim Reaper, Fear No Evil, Monster Magnets, Negasonic, Teenage Warhead. I remember all this. Korn, of course, Blind, Catherine Wheel, Way Down, Beastie Boys, Pass the Mic. There's a classic right here. Wilco, Box Full of Letters, Hum, Stars. Some cool featurettes on here as well, including the Beefs and Butted Thanksgiving Day special with Kurt Loder and their stuff they did um, for the MTV Music Video Awards as well. So kind of miss Beefs and Butthead, to be honest with you. It was a simpler time, guys. And I do love the covers for these. So there we go. It's one. It's two. And there's three because it's art. So let's get this out here. Okay, looks like there was a... Dear customer, thanks for buying this DVD. I've often said that there's about a third of Beefs and Butted that I think is great, and I'm really proud of another third that's okay, another third that's really awful and embarrassing. A while back, I talked to folks at MTV, and we agreed to put out a DVD set that would contain the 2/3 that didn't suck and call it the Mike Judge Collection. This is the first volume of those 2/3. So there's other ones out, and you said you got these other two. I don't have the other two. I used to have two of the three sets, but I don't anymore. Hopefully one of these days I'll get them again. Oh, the Oblongs is excellent. I used to love the Oblongs. Am Cornholio. But I was going to say it's not a lot, but it is, right? I got like a quite a bit of stuff today for quite an inexpensive price, and I can't complain because I didn't expect to get anything, and all of a sudden I came back with like a bunch of TV shows that I want to watch. I really want to rewatch the Robert Patrick episodes of X Files. I don't think I gave him enough of a chance when I first saw it because like Mulder was going. But when I watched a few of them like later on, I actually really liked it, and I liked his character. But that's one thing I gotta watch. And I gotta rewatch Millennium too. I love to see Millennium get like a second chance. Did I get into the Ren and Stimpy show? Uh, no, I don't have anything from Germany. Still, Alan. I don't. But I do like Red Snippy. Some of it, like some of it, kind of like meh. I did have the comic back in the day, like when it first came out. With Powder Toast Man and all that. So yeah, I do know that. But at the time, like I was like I bought comics and cards, like that was what I was collecting. And it wasn't just I wasn't a collector like I am now, and I collect everything. And now when I'm collecting stuff, gonna complete your Wi-Fi vote set. Nice. Seasons 9, 10. So you're gonna get see the last season has William Smith in it, which is really good. Dracula's Daughter, 36, or Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman. Well, they're both really, really good. Just for cheesy fun, I mean, like Frankenstein versus Meets the Wolfman is really, really a fun film. Dracula's Daughter is a better film, like in my opinion. Like they're both excellent, but like as far as like well made film, I got to go with that. Do I have the Beetlejuice? I do have the complete Beetlejuice cartoon that came out with on Shout Select actually. I That was back in the day that there's this guy and I actually buy his entire collection. Am I frozen up again? Did I freeze up for a second? Do you see that? Because on my side, it looked like I froze up, like like that, just for a sec. Anybody else notice it? Because that time I did. I watched the beginning of Scare Package with my dad, and he really didn't like it because there was a lot of gore and stuff in it. I watched the what I've liked of it. What I saw of it, I really liked. I think people have been divided on it, but for me, I thought it was really funny, and I really love the opening segment. And the opening segment is like the one with like called Code Opening, and that's actually a really cool one. I didn't know Scare Package actually had a Blu-ray. Most of the time when we see like Shutter like releases come here, they're usually just the DVD releases. We don't normally get the Blu-ray releases. But I do like to pick up a good Shutter release every once in a while, even though I got Shutter basically to promote the channel because that's what I want to see them keep doing stuff like this. Tales from I don't my kids have like Tales from the Crypt Keeper cartoon. And one of them's really rare actually, and they actually have that one. So I'd love to have the Tales from the Crypt Keeper one. I love that Tales from the Crypt. I still don't have all that. I've only got like three seasons, and that's heresy in like the horror collecting world because Tales from the Crypt was just one of those amazingly great shows that everybody needs to own. Best Buy in USC. I do, I do right now, Dave. I do have the Arrow streaming channel. I got the 30-day free preview of it. I've been enjoying it so far, uh, and it is one of the least expensive ones. I will eventually be doing on my Patreon channel. I'm going to be doing reviewing. I'm going to be reviewing the streaming services. So it's important for me to like to grab the free trials when I can, and just like to look into them so that I actually can actually do a decent review on the different like streaming services for people. So that's something I've been doing as like kind of like what I will be doing is a Patreon exclusive, which hopefully it'll be fun. So if you remember the Crimson Cult, you'll see that down the road. Exactly. And not every streaming service is going to make it, Josephine. There's the thing. We just lost one recently, which is Quibi. So Quibi was a unique streaming service in the fact that it was meant initially for your phone, and it was meant to be watched on the go. And for people that didn't have like really good attention spans, it was meant to be watching 8 to 10 minute interval for an episode. And I'm not gonna lie, I took the free subscription to Quibi, and I did enjoy some things that I saw in there. There was kind of a good like segmented like movie one called The Stranger, which was kind of like an on the run type of thing. There was kind of a cool like horror anthology series on there. Dummy was really fun, but it wasn't enough to keep it going. Initially, Quibi could only be watched on your iPhone, your iPad. Actually, I don't mind the Quarantine. I see Rec is always going to rule it for me. I love Rec, but Quarantine the remake I don't mind, and it goes in enough of a different direction to be kind of be its own thing. Especially like going on afterwards. We had the Adams Family TV show and the Munsters. I got the Munsters, but I don't have the Adams Family. I got some of the Adams Family. The Munsters, unlike the Adams Family, was extremely easy to get. So I did hear about Dexter. Some people are not happy, Mary, but I am actually super happy. I'm actually kind of excited to see where they go with it. I'm not sure about the revival series for like Beavis and Butt-Head, Matt. but I'd have to see because Ren and Sim revival series was pretty trash, man. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with Dexter and how they end it. I think when you get to Quarantine 2, then you got to take it as its own entity, and you can no longer like take it as a rec film. So you can't compare it to Rec 2, which I thought was really good, by the way, because if you don't take it as its own entity, then you're not gonna like it. Have a great night there, Josephine, and I will see you next time. Do we have Breaking Bad? I not only do I have Breaking Bad the TV series, but I got the really cool one. So ever see the Breaking Bad one that looks like a barrel and it opens up? Stimulative. Thanks for coming in, man. You have a fantastic night. So I got that one. Some of you guys will leave me early tonight. Well, this is Sunday, so I can understand. I won't keep you guys too long tonight then. Sopranos. No, I think I got a couple seasons. I don't have all the Sopranos. I think I had some. I had all Sopranos at one point, but then I had to sell them because I didn't have because cash. I got cash trap. That extra set, the one with the float that comes out. Yeah, I got all those in like put away now because we're for Morocco. But I love Dexter, and I actually didn't mind the ending. As you can see, I look very Dexterish, ending Dexterish right now. Sons of Anarchy. I still need one season. I went to a flea market. They were selling off the Sons of Anarchy sets for $2 a piece. I thought I had them all. I got home and realized, just like I did with the Shield tonight, that there was the one last season left that I didn't have, and I still don't have that season. Yes, please hit the like button. It really helps out the channel a lot. No, I do not. I've not even seen the Breaking Bad movie. And I hope some of you got a chance to check out my Amazon storefront, which I put up, and I will be putting more stuff on there and curating things uh, on there as well. Like in the there's going to be more categories coming up in the near future. So I'm having fun with it. So that's I put the link above my last video. Uh, Hope you guys got to check it out, and I gotta like put the link up in the description box too because I forgot to do that. But that's a lot of fun. You guys are so quiet tonight. Is it like just as a lazy Sunday type of thing? Okay, since everybody's being super quiet tonight, and nobody seems to have any questions asked, this is gonna be like a shorter video than I actually intended it to be. Um, cause, cause now the silence is getting awkward, and we don't want to get awkward. It puts us in a weird space. There you go. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me here tonight. Um, I had planned to talk about some of the Vinegar Syndrome stuff and some other stuff, but you guys seem to be kind of like it's a Sunday night. You guys seem to be kind of checked out. You're doing your own thing, which is okay. That's cool. Well, Scream Factory versus Arrow. There's going to be a bunch of versus videos. Some will be on this channel. Some will be on the Patreon channel. I'm going to be going back and forth. But We're enough for another film tonight. I'm actually thinking about Sardis. I'm gonna. There's something I might watch. Actually, I might watch Fort Apache of the Bronx because it's been a long time and I really want to rewatch that film. Fun, gritty film. Anyway, you will definitely see a Scream Factory versus Arrow video on this here website, in this here channel in the near future. I will be restarting my versus videos very soon. Elm Street review. That I can have. Elm Street needs to get a review. Friday 13th, the new set is going to get a review. I've been watching a lot of the features, and by the way, anybody that talks any smack about the Friday the 13th set, I'm sorry. They just did an amazing job with it. Um, it's incredible. Thank you, Mike. I actually appreciate that because I was really unsure because people were so super quiet tonight. I've been going through these special features on the bonus discs of Friday the 13th, the box set, and they're really good. All the Scream Queens documentaries excellent. So is the like slasher films forever, but I think because I've got the original slasher films forever, one that came out from 88 Films. I think I got it over there. Um, I'm pretty sure that hey there, Elvin, that some of the like I guess probably for rights issues, that some of the initial clips, like I'd have to look through it again, were changed to Friday 13th clips, but there were other clips like before. Let me just see if I can find it because I got the DVD edition of it. Oh, the 3D edition is amazing. I mean, nobody can watch the 3D on that one and say like that it's lacking. The 3D is incredible. Like it actually comes out of the screen, and that's the way 3D should be. Not some like picture book like kind of like layered thing. If you want 3D, you want 3D to kind of come out at you, and they come out at you. Do you have the Nintendo Friday 13th game? Of course I do. This is me. But let me just see if I can find that. Upstairs. Well, looks like I can't tonight. But yeah, I do have the original Slasher Films Forever one, and I think some of the stuff has changed. It's going to be a while, Jason. I think with the Friday the 13th, hey there, Kubrick. With the Friday 13th game, they're going to have to wait until like the whole lawsuit's worked out. Hopefully that gets worked out soon. The Bruce Lee set. one that's like high on my list. We want the Varda set like really big time because we want to like I like Varda and my better half wants to experience it. So that's something we'll get in the near future. Probably even before the Fellini set. And I know you guys probably were grabbing a bunch of those like when Criterion had their 50% off sale, their flash sale. I'm sure a lot of you guys grabbed a lot of really cool Criterion stuff, which is always fun. Because who doesn't like some good Criterion, especially some cool Criterion blind buys? Because I really love that. I love when I can find like a good blind buy from Criterion or something that I know that I haven't seen. I've seen it. You grab fun. Oh, Mike, the Hinky, like the original Funny Games. That's really good. Because I loved Funny Games. I actually like the remake too. It's one of the times when I actually really like the remake. I would say 100% Warlock. We're going to see a Barnes and Noble Criterion sale in November. Um, definitely, definitely one. I like Galaxy Tiara. Uh, Kook, I grabbed when I started like collecting again. One of the very first things that I started collecting were those Roger Corman Classics collections. I'm a fan of all of those. Galaxy Tiara is really good. Um, Piranha. I love the aquatic horror, so Piranha's amazing. And of course, Humanized from the Deep, one of my all-time favorite films, like creature feature films. Humanized from Deep, the original. I like the Friday 13th game. I like Dead by Daylight too. Both really good games. I've seen The Taking of Beverly Hills. I feel like I have, or I feel like Warner Archive. Actually, I don't know. See, Warner Archive, unfortunately, don't have don't sell here. Their sale doesn't happen here in Canada. For like I think rights issues, they can only do it in the U.S. And that is a bit of a bummer for me because Warner doesn't archives unless you're buying it from a seller. Doesn't even like sell much stuff in the Amazon store as well. So that's when HMV was around, I could always get Warner Archive stuff, and I took it for granted because it would be at HMV. They have Christopher Reeve's Rear Window. No, but um, I like TV films, so I would actually get it. Some people think it's sacrilege, but actually, I remember watching it. I sparked the so November 6th is the start of the Criterion sale. I'll try to do a Criterion video or two before the Criterion sale. We'll actually talk about some Criterions that some wants of mine and some ones that I got in my collection that I recommend to people. I Start Counting is one that I picked up too, Craig. That's one that I blind bought for November, and I listened to just to this podcast, the one that he was on, and I remember when he dropped the news about I Start Counting, and then I saw the trailer, and I read like the the synopsis, and I could not have it. Did you get your stuff afterwards from Unobstructed Warlock? Because I know you said there was a lot of stuff you ordered that you didn't get. Elephant Man and Bamboozled from the Criterion sale. I still don't have the Elephant Man. That's one I don't have. Bamboozled either, actually. I still don't have Night of the Living Dead from Criterion for crying out loud. Everybody's got that one. My mom will probably have that. My dad's got Night of the Living Dead, I think, and I don't. House is definitely a must. I love House. It is insane, but it's a fantastic one. Zadichi set, again, I love that set. See, I need the Criterion edition. I really need to get that. I would love to have gotten the Diaboliques like Dawn of the Dead set. Peeping Tom, one of the true classics, definitely needs a Blu-ray. One of my favorites. It's on my list of like of favorite films. Something that people miss when they're watching Resurrection, Halloween Resurrection. is that Halloween Resurrection references like Peeping Tom in it. And if you know Halloween Resurrection, you know the movie Peeping Tom, then you know there's a scene in Halloween Resurrection where a cameraman is setting up cameras, and he gets killed in a very Peeping Tom esque manner. So next time you're watching Halloween Resurrection, like, watch for that. Actually, there's a lot of things to say good about the 19. Hey there, Kay. About the 1990 Night of the Living Dead film. I would say, and I know it's going to seem like sacrilege, but the Barbara in the 1990 like version of Night of the Living Dead, a better Barbara than the original, uh, just because the character uh, kicks more butt. That's for sure. But I really did enjoy like the Tom Savini version. Yeah, Tony Todd is great in it as well. Like it's not as scary as Night of the Living Dead. Night of the Living Dead has some like this the scene with the daughter, right? Like in the basement. Has some truly chilling sequences in it. But don't write off like the remake. The remake actually does some good stuff. And it wanted to do a lot more. But unfortunately, Tom Savini's hands got tied a lot when it came to doing Night of the Living Dead. And there were some other things that he wanted to do that he never got to finish, and he was very frustrated with making that film. He's proud of it and proud of what he got to do with it, but he's still frustrated with it. Yeah, I know this 3D one. That is poor Sid Haig, man. And Sid Haig is good. Like anything Sid Haig is in, he's just great. Seen the original Woman in Black, the one in the UK. I have actually. I love the fact that you say that because a lot of people wouldn't actually realize that Woman in Black was a remake. Um, you guys like suddenly as you guys like stop talking, and all of a sudden like everybody starts talking at once, and which is amazing, which I love. Um, because I was suddenly starting to feel a little bit awkward and sadly on my own. But yeah, there's a lot like when it comes to Criterion that I got to pick up. My next company that I'm going to focus a bit on, uh, my back, is probably like there's some umbrella stuff that I want, and I haven't seen Woman in Black 2 actually, but I heard it's not very good. Have I seen the Brazilian Elite Squad films? I don't think I have actually. I'll have to check. I shot once at Unobstructed View. It was okay. I mean, I was nervous about some films. I didn't get any like tracking numbers, and it's the only like company that I never got tracking numbers from, and that made me a little nervous. So I didn't shop afterwards. But they had great prices, and I got most of my stuff, and whatever what I didn't get like got the gave me the money back right away. So I can't fault them on any of that. Actually, I'm a huge fan of Friday 13 too. So I watched. Where'd you watch Necronomicon? Did you watch it on like Shudder or something like that? Because I know that doesn't have a good Blu-ray release. Do you know I can't watch the Underworld films very much, and I will tell you why. Um, I watched Felicity back in the day, right? And which was this show? Like I'm sure you've heard of it if you haven't seen it. But I really didn't like Scott Speedman on it. The French DVD. Did the French DVD have English on it? There's a reason I'm asking Amy. Because I had the French DVD of Necronomicon in my hands once, but I didn't see. Are you serious? Damn it! I was in Morocco, and all the DVDs like from there come from France, right? So I had the French version of Necronomicon in my hands, but I didn't see English like written on the case, right? So I said I can't take the chance because I picked up like the Fritville trilogy, Coldplay trilogy, and I got it, and I was so excited to get it and watch the because the at that time part three wasn't out here in North America, so I turned it on and it was like all French. There was no like any subtitles, nothing. So I gave it to a friend of mine who was a big horror fan like me. So I went back the next day and I looked and I saw Necronomicon there, and I'm like, "Oh, no, I'm not going to get burnt again." So thank you for letting me know because I did not know. I still get to see a Hammer Studios like film, like one of the relaunched Hammer, like actually feel like a real Hammer film. You know what I mean? Like with that gothic, like cool style feel to it. But maybe it's just hard to do, man. Maybe it's hard to get the right actors and stuff in there. I think Del Toro's done some gothic stuff. Witchboard. I like the Witchboard films. What about Blood for Dracula and Flesh for Frankenstein? Hey there, welcome. This is Brian from Just the Disc and Pure Cinema Podcast and Just the Disc's YouTube channel, which you guys all should be checking out. I know who I mentioned earlier actually on here. As far as I know, Cult Collection was the only ones that I know that have that out now. For the if you want to get like Blood of Dracula, Flesh Frankenstein, I'm not sure if it's still available, but I know the Australian company called like the Cult Cinema Collection. They had a bunch of those. Hopefully, hopefully Severance Films will be back on their website. Will be back up sometime soon. Have I seen the recent Star Wars 4K? I haven't seen the like the recent ones that came out. Like I got the the new trilogy on 4K, but I haven't got the originals yet. I was kind of like holding off, hoping that they do like the ones with the original, hand shot first type thing. Creature Walks Among Us, one of your least favorite. I don't mind Creature Walks Among Us. I like it better than a Phantom of the Opera. Still, like, not a bad film, but not a great film either. And I'm an opera fan. Yeah, if you watch this from the beginning, Brian, I bought a lot of stuff, like for super cheap. No, not the one from 1925, like the one that was done later. That's in the Universal set. Got a lot of Funkos, man. I am a fan of Japanese horror, but not only that, but my kids, who well, my youngest speaks, and it's like is fairly proficient with Korean, still learning, and my oldest speaks like some Japanese dialect, and so like they're really big fans. But they had to go in a different way. They did two movies like that. They couldn't do three that were exactly the same. Oh, I got a bunch of Funkos there. That was just one of them. Like when I said like we got like different stuff here, like in the Funko stuff from earlier, like this for instance. There's Prince Vultan from Flash Gordon. We got Flash. We got General Clytus. We got Ming the Merciless. There was no Dale Arden though. That kind of bummed us out. I was a big fan of that type of stuff. I was trying to look around here to see if any of my 16-bit ones are here, but I can't see them. But yeah, Brian, if you want to see an 8-bit Hello Kitty Funko, look at the beginning of this video later on. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't get any like Blu-ray box sets, sadly. But I recommend. Oh God, I'm a Cynthia Rothrock fan. I'm still waiting. I still want a Cynthia Rothrock like set. That's one for me. What Kubrick 4K release I think is coming next? Is Clockwork Orange out yet? If Clockwork Orange is not out, that one. If it's out, then I'm not sure actually. Not Lolita, which I do want. Actually, I do want Lolita. I think I'm one of the only fans of the film. They'll probably do Barry Lyndon before they do Lolita, actually. And Lolita deserves it more, in my opinion. But I can see them doing Barry Lyndon for like the technical reason. Uncle Sam would be amazing. I hope if they do Uncle Sam on 4K, that they use the lenticular cover. It will be awesome if that's one where we disagree, Kubrick. But I understand your reasoning. Um, Next year's Clockwork Orange 50th anniversary. Expect a 4K. I kind of thought Vinegar Syndrome would do like a Cynthia Rothrock type set. But now I'm trying to think like who am I do? I like maybe MVD Rewind because they do a lot of that stuff. They did the Bolo Young double feature. A lot of JCVD came out from them. So like MVD Rewind kind of seems like the place to go when it comes to Cynthia Rothrock. I'm sitting down here. Unfortunately, sadly, this is the only camera I can do right now because it's not until next Thursday. I'm still waiting for my new tripod to come in because my last one broke and $50 plus tax to get a new one. Because getting stuff around here cheap, aside from every once in a while like that, doesn't happen. You prefer to leave it as a movie, but you prefer Berlin to get the HDR treatment. Makes sense actually, because just for the technical aspects, the lighting issues alone, Lolita's in my opinion, Kubrick, in my opinion, a better film. But Barry Lyndon is something more to study. Yeah, it was pretty crappy. Brian, basically, I got down here. I was getting ready to make a video, and I literally started to put my iPad into it, and it just snapped, like it snapped. Uh, so I tried to see if there's a way I could put it back together. It was broken off. It was a big clean break. So we looked, and my better half said, "Well, we kind of can't afford it, but we we kind of for the channel we had to. So we sucked it up. Oh, you're gonna have a fun time with those Argento Animal Trilogy. You're sending Hammer Horror. What set of single releases? Well, actually, Mark, I have an Amazon storefront where I got a whole list of Amazon of Hammer Horror that I recommend. Where it basically gives you links to different Hammer films. What day is Halloween on? That'll like depend for me. So let's check here and let's see what day Halloween's on to see if I'm working or not. It's on Saturday, so I'm not working, so that's excellent. I would initially go with, uh, and I'm definitely not going to dissuade you from checking out the the storefront, but it's over here somewhere. Where's it at? There's an 8 film set, and then I recommend to Cinema Dave, with like Bride of Dracula, Curse of Werewolf, a bunch of them on there on Blu-ray. Really cool stuff. Yeah, it definitely helps with the channel. I mean, and you don't have to be, and it's not like you have to pay any extra or anything like that. But the I have worked hard on the Amazon list, so hopefully you guys dig it and give me suggestions on other things you'd like to see in the future. If once you check it out, like look at it, say here's some things that I think I'd like to see on it. Like I got Hammer films on there, I got slasher films on there. If you want to see things done by companies, you want to see like different genres of films, like film noir and all the stuff on there with Noir Vember coming up around the corner. That's something I'll be looking into as well. But you're such War the Gargantuans. That is a fun film. The Graveyard of Honor box that I really, really want. I would love to have been able to pre-order the Cauldron Films releases. What the blue hell was that? I don't have the 4K of Suspiria, but I see because I did pick up the Synapse like special 4K Blu-ray restoration before, and then they announced the 4K one, and I was like, I just spent $50 on the 4 on the Blu-ray restoration. Don't call me Shirley. I'm serious. Don't call me Shirley. I picked the wrong time to stop sniffing glue. It's a Twilight Zone series from the 80s. It is exceptionally good, AME. It is highly underrated, and it has some very, very good episodes in there. I'll be honest with you. I'm sad to say this, but the Jordan Peele version of the Twilight Zone is my least favorite version of Twilight Zone that I've seen so far. But I haven't seen a lot of it. But the '80s one, yes, 100%. I definitely recommend you check it out because it is so good. And they did like a couple like sequel episodes to some of some of the big episodes that they did back in the day. They did. Hold on. Is it there? Oh, it's there. So the very first Friday, sorry, like set that I bought from like of Twilight Zone was this one right here. I got it from Amazon, so I got beat up a bit, which is okay because the discs were all fine. So one of the things that included in the set was the 1980 series, and all these, by the way, right now are packed away. But there's an episode guide. And they do like an episode guide for the original series and for the 80 series. And the 80 series had some incredible episodes, some really fun stuff. So, and some big actors too. So, you can expect to see people in the 80 series. Like, let's go through here some of them. So, like, actually, Pam Dauber's in an episode from Mork and Mindy. Ralph Bellamy comes up in there. Sherman Hemsley, Ron Glass, Richard Mulligan. I love Richard Mulligan. Martin Landau, Jeffrey Jones. Um, a ton of like actors come. Piper Laurie is in an episode. There's an episode here, by the way, directed by Wes Craven, called Dealer's Choice, which stars Morgan Freeman, Garrett Morris, and M. Emmett Walsh and with four poker players who have a poker game with the devil, played by Dan Hedia. And some of these have like audio commentaries as well, so they're not featureless. There's audio commentaries in some of these episodes. Paladin of the Last Hour was written by like Harlan Ellison, um, and that one stars Danny Kaye. See the Invisible Man. Wordplay is a fun one actually with Robert Klein. Again, it was directed by Wes Craven. There's a few that Wes Craven directed. He directed A Little Peace and Quiet, which actually is a pretty cool one. I come on and watch these now. Saturday, which I remember. Again, it was the first episode that was also directed by Wes Craven. Dreams for Sale with Meg Foster was directed by Tommy Lee Wallace. You got episodes there directed by Robert Downey. Vincent Gardenia is in an episode. D. Wallace Stone is in an episode. Season Hubley. Um, William Friedkin directed an episode of of the 1980s Twilight Zone series. So yes, I strongly recommend the 1980s Twilight Zone series. And hopefully that's convinced you. See, there's the thing. You may come in here expecting one thing and then get 20 others. So there you go. The Outer Limits 90 series was really good too. I actually really like that, Dave. So I'm in total agreement with you on that. They did an amazing job. That's on the Coffin Joe movies. They're interesting. I would definitely like to own them. I don't own them, but they're unusual. Okay, have a great evening there, man. I've got to go soon too, actually. Maybe make a trip to the fifth dimension, to the Twilight Zone. Hey, there, Richard. No, no, a lot of original episodes, Ragman. Like they do like some, they definitely do some redos and some continuation episodes. I remember the episode in the original series with that little boy who would kind of wish you off to a cornfield or somewhere else. Well, there is a episode where he's grown up, and it's very cleverly done. It's actually really well done. So if you've never seen it, check that out. It is a very quality series, and even the guy that does the narration is actually he's a Canadian actor, and it's and he's really good at it, like extremely good for narrating for the Twilight Zone. And him and Rod Serling, those are the two guys. You know, was you can't pass those guys. They're just so good. Except for me, you know, I definitely would be perfect for narrating. So, how many Jess Franco films I have? Not enough, man. My dad has a lot. You've seen my dad's stuff, a lot more than I do. Like I got him Bahia Blanca like recently, because I knew he's a huge fan. And when I got down there, got to the place, he had actually had Shining Sex too, which was actually pretty cool. Our Lips was cool. It was really cool and really well done. I remember seeing it. Right, and I'm not a big spider person, but the Sand Kings was a really good episode. And that was the very first episode of like the reboot of like the Outer Limits. And if you don't have the Kino Lorber Outer Limits series, by the way, the two seasons they did, amazing. Jason, I know you got a lot of Franco because you killed it on our quiz. Well, the Sand Kings alone had like three of the bridges in there, right? Yeah, like I think it was Lloyd Bridges and Bo Bridges' son as well. I think. And the neat thing was like there was like a European edition of it, kind of. So certain episodes of like Outer Limits actually had nudity. Hey there, Brian Cosby, welcome, man. It's a long time. But if you bought them, I think over in stateside, like the nudity was cut out, which was a bit of a bummer, because I think I got a couple seasons here, and they're uncut. Well, Sand Kings was an incredible start for the Outer Limits. What major Criterion box set would I like to see next? I'm still pining for a Nakura Kurosawa box set. To be like bluntly honest with you, that's you know that's one of the top on my list. I would love to see Criterion take a run at a mega like film noir box set as well. That would be something would be incredible to see. But as a for director, Kira Kurosawa, um, also Uzu. I love to see an Uzu box set. You're back making vids. Right on. No, always plug, man. That's a good thing. See, I don't. The DVD box it doesn't count, Kubrick, because that's years ago. See, that's years ago. Thank you, Amy. And I will watch it. No, no, I still want to see that, but I'm gonna watch them in order. Uh, my kids are actually watching that right now. Actually, it doesn't count. Like early stuff. We're talking about stuff coming out now. Like it's great that they had a box set that's allowing you to print Kubrick that was on DVD and didn't have a ton of features on it, but they need a new Blu-ray box set. So we're going from like now from the Zadiichi, Ingrid Bergman, Fellini, Varda sets. Between the Varda and Fellini sets, which would I get? I want them both, but Varda first. Like Varda first and foremost. I love Fellini. Like I love Fellini. Eight and a Half is one of my favorite films. So I don't like definitely as far as foreign films go, especially Eight and a Half is definitely like one of my tops. It always has been. I love Amarcord as well, but I think I really need to experience Varda. Got Varda this week. Good choice actually, because obviously I'm a big fan of her husband, like Jacques Demy, and I've seen a bit of Varda, but I haven't seen enough, and I think it's something that I truly need to experience. Like she's a very like challenging filmmaker, and I want those challenges in my life, especially at this age, as I go into like studying film more so than on a regular basis. So the Varda set, Brian, you made a great choice. Cecily's a great Franco. I don't know if I've seen Cecily. Actually, I gotta check that one out, man. And Brian Goes Blue, man, you definitely gotta check out Eight and a Half. It's a great film. La Dolce Vita, fantastic. I'm gonna get the last Blockbuster on Earth documentary. I didn't know that was a thing, but yeah, probably will definitely. That's a good ranking. La Dolce Vita, eight and a half. You can't go wrong with that. But I think just my love of cinema too. Thoughts. I don't have the Jodorowsky box set. I'm very interested in it actually. There's another. Speaking of a challenging director, definitely Alejandro Jodorowsky is like one that definitely fits that mold. I want to get it down the road. For some reason, it just wasn't my. It never hit me as one that I kind of had to get. Santa Sangria. That tends to be a lot of people's favorites actually. El Topo tends to be one that a lot of people talk about, but I never see somebody say El Topo or Holy Mountain's their favorite. Uh, but uh, but it's usually Santa Sangria. I love the Holy Mountain. There you go. Make a liar of me right away, Paul. Which is awesome because that is super cool. Be a great first 4K release. Oh, that is actually that would be an excellent idea because I'm just waiting for Criterion to go for. Criterion is the last one to go 4K. We'll be getting 4Ks of like I don't know, peak shows from like Vinegar Syndrome before we get 4Ks from Criterion. I wouldn't mind seeing. Now there was a new set put out actually for Werner Herzog, so that's already we already got one of those. I forgot about it for a second actually. I think he signed some of them and all that too. I love Werner Herzog. I see something here. The older set. That's what I got too. What a devil kept an indicator if they start doing 4K box sets. Not quite sure if I would actually, because the sets are so good as they are. check something here. I don't know. Indicator. I can see them going 4K of down the road, but they still have so much that they're doing right now. See, my box set got a little like damp because it was kind of like damp and kind of musty in here. Oh, guy on here comes here a lot of time named George. Super. Like you think I got stuff. He's got an amazing indicator set collection. Really nice guy too. Was this the set you got? It's definitely a decent set. This one has Aguero, the Wrath of God, Nosferatu, Wozek Fitzcarraldo, Cobra Verde, and My Best Fiend. I love My Best Fiend. It's a great documentary. Definitely check it out if you've never seen it. Going into it, it's completely blind. That's actually kind of cool, though. I actually kind of like that. He doesn't have a YouTube channel. He's done some stuff on Facebook, but he doesn't have like anything on YouTube yet. Have I watched the new War of the Worlds on show on CBC? I haven't seen it yet. I'm actually got a couple of the episodes PVR'd, so I'm hopefully going to check it out really soon. I'm very interested in the Tremors 4K. I'm checking to see if there's enough like new stuff on it for me to actually grab it. Like the first Arrow 4K, we of course we grabbed is Flash Gordon because we just love Flash Gordon, and but it looks so cool, and I'm hoping the price will go down. So I'm gonna we got it pre-ordered, but you know depending on how much money we got at the time, we'll see if we can do it. But that's that's one thing we're looking at. I hear that Pitch Black is really good too. Oh, I would definitely. When it comes to Asian like movie recommendations, you know I'm gonna come to you, man. See, Pitch Black's the one I want to get. My better half wanted to get Flash Gordon. I always buy stuff, but she was excited about Flash Gordon. Well, I'll be getting the Lord of the Rings 4K set eventually because my better half's the biggest Lord of the Rings fan that you'll ever meet. Like she's read the book several times. Um, she's seen the movie several times. I make jokes with her. I do the whole Clerks 2 thing sometimes, and she gets really pissed at me. That is a good compliment, considering how the people that like they say, "Hey, there's son," would play me in a film. Um, so I get told I'd be a great choice for Sam Loomis, and I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not, but I'll take it. Who are people who you want to know who because people are mean. uh, did you watch the Harry Potter movies? Are you like did you see Wonder Woman? No, David Thewlis is. So I get that all the time. So David Thewlis, all the freaking time. I'm kind of offended by the Bob Balaban comment actually, because I'm neither that short nor yet that bald. But I do see Thewlis. Like I can get it. No, I'm don't worry. I'm taking it seriously. Um, I see it. Like I know we got the same spiky hair. Is what it is what it is. Uh, it's that a lot of the times we have like we have a little like like thinning spiky hair, And so that's where the Thulis thing comes from, and a lot of times you'll see on beards and stuff, or at least some type of facial hair. Bob Balaban, not so sure, but a great actor. So thank you for that. But Bob Balaban is 75 years old. So hey there, heroic. I missed your stream, man. I was out when you did your stream, but I saw like when I was looking on my phone. That's okay, man. I'm like, don't take it. I don't take it seriously. But it makes me realize I'm getting older. I'm getting there, man. Uh, here you go. Who would play me in a movie? There you go. There's one for you. There's something to figure out. Anybody can answer that question. Uh, Back in the day, when Nightmare on Elm Street was a thing, I like you, Mike. uh, when Nightmare on Elm Street was a big thing, all of my friends were like having nightmares about me turning into Freddy Krueger. Basically, because me and Robert England were like at the time in my school, I was kind of the tallest guy in my school. I'm not, obviously not now. All skinny guys with like long arms. So I always say I've got the Frankenstein long arms. So it was always when I was younger, there was two actors that were set, and I remember this. I remember this kind of clearly. And one was England. One was Robert England, and that was because of the whole like you know long arms thing. I think is what it was. It was weird. And the other one, and you can look him up if you don't know who he is. Especially when I was young, yeah. Then it was like it was really like I got it a lot, and that was James Patrick Stewart. You know who that is? And the guy has way better chin than I got. Excellent, excellent actor by the way. Excellent General Hospital now, but back in the day, he had taken over. Doug Jones. I wouldn't be surprised, man. Again, I have freakishly long arms, so I I can't help that. But so that's 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 something. But Altered States by Bella. Okay, there we go. I'll take that. Donald Pleasance. Well, Donald Pleasance. I yeah, I would love to have done like done Donald Pleasance. But no, when I was younger, it was always it used to like drive me up the wall. I love it now. Like getting compared to like an actor that was actually way more attractive than I was at that even at that stage because that was like in my like other things like that I just didn't want to get into. Aaron is so hot. Why? Thank you, Dekatana. I'm so old, is what I am right now, and I'm okay with that. To be totally honest with you, um, I'm I'm at a point in my life now where I'm just comfortable. So I can take. When I was younger, I used to take. It would be so serious. I would be so intense when it came. I don't mind making fun of myself. Um, that I would be so intensely like because like it would be the acting, right? And I'd be thinking of the acting and the and back then modeling stuff because that was part of my career. And Apology Amati, I can actually see that because we both have no chin, so it actually works. But so I was really, and I think a lot of it been great. Actually, I could see that, dude. I don't mean that in a bad way either. But you know what, dude? You better take that as a compliment, because that's one of the biggest badasses on TV. People say you look like Prince. Don't be offended, man. Prince was one of Prince got the ladies, man. Nobody got the ladies like Prince got the ladies. I would love to look like Prince. I haven't had a good cigar in a long time because I don't smoke anymore, really. See, I'm right. See, I'm good at this. See, some people, but I am. I'm good when it comes to this. Looks like Richard Dreyfuss in Jaws. Well, older Richard Dreyfuss. Jay Leno would say it while hiding in a closet listening to stuff. What's your favorite Prince song? Do you have a favorite Prince song? Anybody can answer this, by the way. I'm a huge Prince fan. Like 1999. I'm going to say, because my actual answer is a song that I'm not going to be able to talk about on the channel, though I do love it, is I'm going to go with Let's Go Crazy. Hey, Sumo. But, hold on a second. I'm a huge fan of track number 5 on the Purple Rain album. Not one for kids. So I'll tell you this right now, Brian. Don't play track number 5 Front Raven. Kubrick knows what it is. Kubrick is right. But it is I think, a brilliantly constructed like song. You know the song. But yeah, as a piece of like of actual music, it I think is actually gonna be like it's brilliantly constructed. And who doesn't love the time as well, right? Oh, oh. Sorry, I won't do that again. I'm not that bad. Not just well written, like as in the words, like that's the thing. But like the song itself, as as a piece of music, I find it extremely well constructed. I need to get the Blu-ray. Like I don't have that Blu-ray, the one you got talking about, Warlock, but I really need it because Purple Rain has always been a favorite movie of mine, and I love the story that that Kevin Smith tells about his time, like filming this documentary for Prince, where he's like doing the whole thing, and he's like, so when's this gonna come out? And he's like, oh no, this isn't coming out. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, no, Prince. This is a Prince thing. Prince has like a whole vault, like movies and music videos and stuff that he's got filmed. That's never that's never coming out. Like we'll probably see the light day now, but back then it did. No, Prince played basketball, and like you're thinking about, did he play in that one? Because I know when Charlie Murphy, rest in peace, talked like on Dave Chappelle show, he talked about like the basketball game that he played against like Prince and the Revolution, and lost because the Prince is a killer basketball player. Uh, but Apollonia didn't think so, or any, or any of those. So I think Prince did quite well. That's the thing; you never know, man. It's like somebody said it here earlier on, and it is 110% true. It's all about the confidence. Don't worry about, do you look like this person, or are you this tall? It's it really is. It truly is. Like for guys and girls, it is all about the confidence. Well, Prince was extremely short. A lot of the actors that were really short. That like that you wouldn't have surprised. A lot of the big movie stars back in the day that would have like ditches like done so that the actress that was alongside them would like actually walk in a ditch while they walked above, so they didn't seem so short. So like that was kind of like thing that happened. Oh yeah, he wrote songs for Sheen Easton, which was one of my favorites. And of course, he did like I love Sheen Easton. Like I was, like some people my age, some of you younger people there may not like understand. Yeah, Dagtown, a great song actually. The appeal of Sheen Easton, but back in the day, man, Sheen Easton and Pat Benatar, they were it. They were like they were the ones that we dreamt of. Tom Jones version of Kiss is actually really good, but I can't you can't beat the Prince version. I just like Prince. I'm a really big Prince fan. I don't think I've ever really talked about that on here because I don't normally talk a lot about music and stuff like that. Yeah, Manic Monday. Belinda Carlisle, again, started with Go Go's, incredible singer. Did they Martika as a Prince find? I see. I didn't know that. I know Martika's work, but I never really thought like I never really would have like put the two together. Maybe back in the day I did know, and I just it's just one of those things I forgot. But initially not something that I would have put together. But yeah, wow, because very different. How do I pick the movies I watch? Randomly. I wish I could tell you I had like a whole like big list in theory. Uh, and like I have things that I want to watch in a certain order at a certain time. Uh, Preferably when I'm teaching film in Morocco, and I have certain things that I want to get into. But right now it's pretty random. Like it depends on really like stuff that I get. Like I get inspired to watch something. I was watching a featurette on the Friday 13th box set last night, and randomly I was like, wow, uh, I need to see Friday 13th Part Six. I forgot what a great film this was. And tonight when I go to bed, I'm going to be watching Friday 13th Part Six. Jason Lives. But it shouldn't be like a big surprise that I like Friday the 13th Part Six because I do have this. Hopefully you can see. I know the lighting's not great right here right now. Or for me to watch on. That's a neat idea, actually. I don't think I ever have. I will do that in the future, though. It's a bit of both. I'll get paid for some stuff depending on like on where I'm teaching at, and other stuff I'm going to volunteer. my time because they're like be like smaller like, schools or boarding schools. But when it comes to things like hey there 4K, welcome man. When it comes to stuff like for when I'm teaching at art universities and stuff like that, then I'll get paid for that. I'm excited about Cauldron's line. I can't afford it, but I eventually want to grab it. 4K. I'm sure you got this right. You're a Jason fan, right? This is such a good. It's even got the Jason Voorhees like tombstone. Tom McLaughlin actually has the tombstone from the sixth film, and God, I wish I could get some better light here. Hold on a second. And it's not like a plastic or styrofoam tombstone. He actually made a granite tombstone when he made the film. Maybe we can see it better like this. There we go. I've got I've got the part two one. It wasn't done like this, but it was more bubblish. I got part two with the sec, and I got part three as well somewhere here. So I got part three, two, three. I don't have four, and six, and I got, of course, the NECA one, like the NECA NES game one. So which I would bring out to show you guys, but unfortunately, when you open it up, the Friday the 13th music plays, and I'm worried about getting copyright strikes on that. And that also has a big box like that one there too. And of course, my kids also got me the NES kind of like glow in the dark, like blue, powder blue Jason mask from the NES Friday 13th game, because I'm a huge fan of the game. And like I told you guys, I wasn't lying. I'm probably the biggest Friday the 13th fan you're gonna meet. It's hard, man, but when it comes to like music, especially like Amy, when you're doing this stuff here, uh, like no word of a lie, my last two videos. I don't have to mute the mic with this one. Like, thank God somebody that there's been people that come on here that have super chatted in the last couple of videos, and I'll tell you why, because I have gotten uh demonetized on my last two videos. So that's like over 1,000 views on those two videos, and absolutely no money for them because they were both demonetized, and that's a lot. So when it comes to the end of the month, and I'm wondering, and I'm not getting paid from YouTube because it's random. It's really random. They don't tell you. See, they never tell you. Do I make a lot of money on videos? No. The most I think I've ever done is definitely thanks to Flip. Like when he came in here and he donated $200 one night. No, they never give a reason. What they'll do is they'll tell you that they'll say you can request a review, and then sometimes the review is done in seconds, and other times it takes a long time for the reviews to do. Yeah, the one like the Logans, man. Uh, Logan Paul. But but no, I mean and it's hard. I mean, like here I am, and I'm honest with you guys. I'm definitely trying hard to make a go of it on YouTube. I want to make it a thing. I would love to make this something that I could would at least be a decent like side. Yeah, YouTube makes money from me, but I don't make money on YouTube. That's why I did the Patreon. That's why I that's obviously why like the when I went with the Amazon thing. Thank you, Brian, for that suggestion. Uh, so in hopes that it'll eventually it'll add up, and so I'm not every month I'm not wondering and worried. Crap, what am I going to do this month if because I can't I don't get movies sent to me from a lot of studios. I don't get I don't have like a ton of Patreon supporters. Like I got 20 Patreon supporters, and I thank God, thank you for all of you. Um, so I can't be that guy that goes out every week and has all the new releases. Um, I would love to be that guy, or that can unbox or go on like a trip and show you like everything. That's not the spot I'm at yet. But I'll work my butt off to do the best that I can. Are they going to send me the hammer milk? I requested Ragman, so hopefully they do. If they do, I will definitely do a review of it on here for you guys. I That's something that I would that I'm hoping for. That one and the Rita Hayward set were both ones that I requested. So and the way that it works is you can request something, like not everything. Like you may not get everything. See, I don't know how to work with the merchandise thing. Maybe sometimes we'll like I'll talk to you about that because that is something that is kind of interesting. But the worry for me is that when I did, and I don't mind talking behind the curtain. That's me. Some people like just leave right now when I talk money and stuff like that. But I'm honest. Uh, my idea here is to just be bluntly honest with you guys. So the stuff behind the scenes. And when I did the Patreon stuff like that, that was kind of like that was a test to see like okay, who might want something, uh, who might want a T-shirt, who might want like a mug, who might want something like that, who like some kind of like call to cinema type of thing. And I do think like I have a good name. Like I think Call of Cinema is a really good name. It's like it's for the channel. So when I go to Morocco, that's actually a way. That's one thing I was hoping, Ragman, is that like there's like places in Morocco that I might be able to get stuff done and actually some decent stuff. But right now it's like just finding the place that does it because like you got to buy in bulk for a lot of places to get like a decent price, or you're selling things at a loss, and so it's crazy. Mr. Brian Sauer, I may have to to ask your opinion on this sometime in the near future because it's something that baffles me, that I find it hard to figure out. But it's interesting. So, and I like the fact that I can talk to you guys about it, give you guys idea. Like, so for any of you guys that are out there, like that are on YouTube right now, or maybe doing a podcast, you got to say hi for me if you go over to the archive. We have to. Luckily, you have the right connections, and I have the right connections when it comes to like having my movies over there. So, or not the Patreon thing, like the Patreon. See, I don't see it that way. Like I used to. Like used to see Patrons. Like I was concerned when I initially did Patreon, like where some of my audience going to be like split away, or they're going to think that okay, we're not getting the content. But the way I see it now, Warlock, is that if I'm on here working my butt off and doing and giving like the same amount of content and doing other stuff like as well on there, then it's just bonus stuff. It's just extra stuff. Uh, yeah, I'll have to buy them in London because the thing is, I won't be able to get them in Morocco. But merchandising, like Brian, Mister Just to this, that's one thing I might ask you about. Sometime we'll have a conversation about it. Because I know you know this stuff better than I do. The respect is like goes both ways. Honestly, I just consider myself lucky that there's so many people, so many great people out there that I've been able to talk with and to like get it like the fact that I've been on just to this podcast. It's been incredible. There actually are some really good Moroccan made films. I'll do that one day. Um, and just to do stuff like that, I was honored to be on Brian's podcast and be to come back and be asked back again and again. That was a big deal for me. To get on to do the other Daniel, I got to do the Cowboys podcast. Got to do two of those. To have like to talk with Cinema Dave to do with with Dice K. Thank you, actually, because I have a blast when it comes to it. Because with when I talk with Brian, me and Brian are just guys that do podcasts together. We're friends, and it came about like through YouTube, and that so is Timbuktu in a Moroccan film? I don't really know. There's a lot of films made in Morocco that you wouldn't realize actually. Even shows like Game of Thrones, like there's stuff like that made in Morocco. Collabs are really fun. I mean, it's been really stressful for me because a lot of collabs are done on Sundays now. I've been meaning. There's another. I wanted to do another one with Cinema Dave, and unfortunately Sundays I now work. And I've been waiting forever to do one with Logan, and Logan must be pissed with me because like I've been waiting and I'm still working out the whole like StreamYard thing, learning it, and eventually I got to do something with Jamie because Jamie's on her like I'm just waiting till I can make up save up enough money to buy some Umbrella Entertainment Blu-rays, and then I'll like kind of talk with Jamie and about some stuff. But I'm definitely open anytime, like Brian. Anyway, when it comes to that, lately he's been stressy, so anytime I'm because I've taken on like a higher role in my job. Like it wasn't like a like it wasn't a higher pay, but it was a higher like amount of like responsibility. Collaboration is important. One, it's not only is it fun and really interesting for not just for the people doing it, but like for the listeners or watchers. But it really keeps you it keeps things fresh. It opens up things. You collaborate. You think of new ideas and you think of new things. I don't know how many movies that are on my want list just from like doing the to watch pile videos, the like podcasts that I do with uh, with Brian. No, you don't get paid for collaborations. Collaborations are just things that you do together with another with someone else. Now, like say if you're like I'd probably say maybe a big movie director or that sometimes they get paid for collaborations. Like I'm not quite sure. I don't know how that works, but I'm guessing most of the time it's just like something that they do one that they want to do it, or that maybe like for like a director or an actor, there could be like a movie or something coming out that they want to promote as well. And that's always a great way to do it, especially right now when this is the way. If you want to sell if you want to sell your movie, if you want to sell your podcast, your TV show, whatever, this medium, this is the new way. It's no Cisco and Ebert anymore. Um, this is where people look. Jamie Black, yes, I'm actually going to have him on. Amazing guy, and I would definitely like be having him on. We talked about it actually a couple times, and he does like he's a really nice guy. I'm horrible at getting back when it comes to emails. He emails, man. He gets these really long emails, and it's really nice. He's what a sweetheart. Uh, if I ever go to Melbourne, we'll sit down, we'll have a beer. But I do want to get him on the channel sometime, uh, whether it's a live video or like just like a conversation. We'll definitely do be doing that. I know that he's doing something with Piswell, actually, with him and Peter Brackey, in like in the near future. I was hoping to be the first YouTuber to have him on, but I'm unfortunately I did not get, like, I'm looking every day. I look up. I'm a He's got me semi obsessed with Umbrella Entertainment. I'm not gonna lie. So every day I go up, I look in Amazon CA, and I do an Umbrella Entertainment list. And I look on Umbrella Entertainment's website, the Umbrella Entertainment .au, right? And I do like a list up there. And then I go to JB Hi-Fi, and I do a list there. And I'm like, one of these days, one of these lists are gonna come true. See, I really want Razorback. I want the Driving Deliriums. Uh, so much goodness. Man from Hong Kong, a great release that they put out. And you think, like, because they put out so much stuff, you think that they'd be this like this huge company, but they're not. They're like a smaller company, and you gotta respect that. You gotta have, like, that's something that you gotta really kind of. I haven't seen the last wave one yet. Like, I got the old Criterion last wave. I'd love to get that. I gotta take the dive. I'm just waiting. Like, honestly, Warlock right now, it's just eventually like getting up the bones for it. And when I get it up, then I'll it'll be a time that I'll look at them and I'll like I'll be it'll be like, I can't really afford this, but I'm gonna do it, and I'll go in and I'll dive in, and then we'll go from there. That'll be that'll be the way it goes. Talk about Mad Dog Morgan, Valentine, like Storm Warning. I recommend Storm Warning, by the way. If you haven't seen it, definitely recommend that film. It's now on Shutter, and that's a really fun one. Actually, I am going to be doing one. I had planned to do it before this whole like situation happened. Ragman, I almost see, that's how I initially met like Jamie Blanks. Is basically he contacted me to get me in contact with Scream Factory to do a featurette for My Bloody Valentine. But I didn't see it. It was like over 6 to 8 months before I actually saw his message to me, because he did it on Skype, and I don't normally go on Skype very much. So there was like this message down there, and I thought it was an old message for like from a long time ago. Then one day I just was like scrolling down over my Skype and I read it, and at first I thought, this can't be the guy, because I'm a big fan. So I was trepidatious at first, but then I talked with him more, and I can tell you that yes, when he comes on here, that is him. That's the guy that did Valentine. That's the guy um that did Urban Legend. That's the guy that Storm Warning. That's the guy that edits all those Drive-In Deliriums, and has done like has composed music for other projects as well. Yeah, I can say that's for me, that's like, that's a feather in my cap. Kind of like when I met Brian Sauer, somebody whose podcast I've been like listening to religiously. Like it was the what like I listen to Shockwaves, listen to Screamcasts, all those stuff, but Just the Disco was my podcast. It was my jam. And to find out, like, then like Steph came on air, and then when you came on air too, like I'll be honest, I don't mind. Like it was, I geeked out a bit, and because that's what it was. I was like, oh man, this is the person, this is the voice, the like this is the person behind the voice of the podcast that I listen to, and that that I take like notes and a lot of stuff from. So I'm humbled by that. I was humbled when stuff like that happens. And I hope that I will always be, because that is something that I think is important. Is you it's because that's the joy of it. Is that, like, when that happens, like, always never expect it. Always be gracious. When you're lucky enough to have something like that happen in you. And with that, I think that's how I'm going to end tonight's video. Never expect it. Always be gracious. Always be kind. Sounds like a Doctor Who thing, doesn't it? I am Aaron. This is my movie library. You are the Call to Cinema. You cult members, you Crimson Cult members, you guys rock. Have a great evening, and we'll see you here sometime soon. But right now, I need tea. Talk to you later, guys.